Today I'm going to share my review of the DM30 from a company called MAONO. This is a budget-oriented microphone that has some really cool features. Probably see this microphone on my desk connected to my boom arm here, but today I'm using a different microphone, and the reason for it is that the good folks at MAONO have asked me to review their DM30 budget-oriented microphone. This is marketed as a microphone for gamers because, of course, with gamers, the microphone quality doesn't necessarily have to be top of the line in order to stream your gaming streams, such as with Twitch or YouTube and that sort of thing. So this is a great choice, I think, certainly for gamers, but I think it applies to persons within my industry as well, and that's the teaching and training adults business. I'm a freelancer, so I got started about 7 years ago on my own, and I had to be very conscious of my budget when I was getting equipment for starting my business. Obviously, you need a laptop, you need a webcam, and you need a microphone if you're going to do any kind of virtual classroom training or instructor-led training over the internet. Definitely a good quality microphone is important. But obviously, when you're getting started, you don't have piles and piles of unlimited cash. I certainly didn't anyway. So this would have been a microphone I would have seriously considered back in the day. Let me talk a little bit about what it comes with. In the box here, you get a nice little package. Obviously, there's the microphone itself. It has this half U arm here. And in addition to that, there is this plate for mounting it on your desk. And it threads right in here nicely. There's some padding on the bottom here. Overall, the microphone construction is really solid. This has got some weight to it, as does the microphone itself. There is some plastic in the construction, but clearly there's a lot of metal here. There's definitely some quality put behind this microphone. The USB cable comes with it, USB-C to USB-C at the other end. And at the other end is also a USB-A adapter as well. So if you have older hardware that doesn't have USB-C, not a problem. The adapter's there to convert it to classic USB, like for your laptop. What's really cool is the cable actually matches the color of the microphone. So when you choose your color, think about that as well. You've got a choice between pink, purple, as I chose here, black, and of course white as well. So you'll get a matching cable that works with that. The controls on the microphone, I've got a gain control on the front here, which I can, twist left or right to increase or decrease the gain of the microphone. The gain also acts as a mute button. So if I tap it, I'll mute the microphone as well. There's a little LED just below it that either lights up green or red, depending on whether you're muted or live. And there's some controls on the bottom as well. The USB-C port, obviously, and the ability to plug in your headphones so that you can monitor the recording that you're making live. In addition, there's a button there, and I'll talk about that button in a moment, but it has to do with the RGB colors that you can turn on. There's a lit bottom to this display that can display different colors such as red, green, blue, or do a kind of a swirling combination. I'm not going to press the button because one of the drawbacks of a more budget-oriented microphone is that the isolation isn't always very good. So you might hear the sounds of you touching the microphone. So mounting it on an arm like this is probably a really good recommendation. In addition, you have the opportunity to use the MAONO software, which is available for Windows or for Mac. You can set that up. And I've got it running on my screen right now, so you can see it here. This allows me to adjust those settings without touching the microphone at all. So I have my gain control here. I've got my headphone volume here. I've got some tone controls here. But if we go over to advanced, we can select one of the EQ settings and even include a software run limiter and compressor as well. So if we go back to standard, we can choose deep, natural, bright, legacy. I'm not sure what the difference is with that, but it's pretty straightforward there. There is a settings control up here where you can check for firmware updates. I recommend that you do that. And of course, you can factory reset the software at any time. Down at the bottom here, remember I mentioned that button that's physically on the microphone itself? Well, this is what I'm talking about here. So you can turn this on and have this swirling effect of color, or choose a solid color. So Captivate is something I talk about frequently on my YouTube channel. Green is sort of a color you'd expect with Adobe Captivate because that's the color of Adobe's icon for Captivate. So you could set that to be green if that's your branding. But again, I really like this swirling color effect. It looks really cool. So you can decide what's appropriate for you, but suffice it to say you can change it whenever you want. So this microphone sells for less than $60 US. I have a link down in the description below if you're interested in purchasing one for yourself. That link will let them know that I sent you, so please, I encourage you to use that link. But it's a really great value-oriented microphone that I think is great for anyone getting started, whether you're a gamer, an e-learning designer developer, a virtual classroom instructor, whatever.
If you thought this video was helpful, please like and share it with your colleagues. If you need help with Adobe Captivate, hire Paul for one-on-one instruction. Paul's goal is to focus on lessons based on your specific needs. Visit his website at captivateteacher.com. And don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel.